All right, we're going to graph, let's do this one example. 2x plus y greater than or equal to -4 and x minus 2y less than or equal to 4. Here are my two equations. So before we just graphed one of them, now we have two to graph. But it doesn't really change what we're going to do. So let's just look at the first equation. 2x plus y is greater than or equal to -4. How do I start graphing something like that? You have to do what? Yeah, you have to get it in y-intercept form. Exactly. You got to get y by itself. So I want you to do that for the first equation. I want you to get y by itself, move that 2x over, and then we're going to graph that. If we want to solve for y in the first equation, we're going to take that 2x, and what are we going to do with that 2x? Subtract it. So we get y is greater than or equal to -4 minus 2x. And now I want to graph that. What color should we use? How about purple? Let's make that purple. So the purple line is going to be y is greater than or equal to -4 minus 2x. Where do I start? -4. Okay, I'm off the screen here. Let me move this. I'm going to move this up so I can get to -4. And we'll use purple. So 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. And then what's my slope? Okay, now if I go up to what direction do I have to go? Left one, because it's a slope that's negative. So left one, up to left one. And again, did you say it was solid or dotted? It's a solid line, so we're going to make that solid. And we're going to make it pink or purple, whatever that color is.
So it's only dotted if it's like greater than or less than?
Correct. It's only dotted if it's just less than or greater than without the or equals. All right, so there's our first line. Now, Chandler asked a question earlier. Does the sign stay the same? Well, let's look at that second equation, which is x minus 2y is less than or equal to 4. All right, if I want to get this -2y by itself, what do I have to do with that x? Subtract it. All right, so we're going to subtract it. Remember that there's still a negative in front of the 2y, less than or equal to 4 minus x. And now I've got to get rid of that -2. So what do? Yeah, divide everything by -2. Well, here's what happens. Because I'm dividing by a negative, my sign is going to switch. That's exactly right. So now we have y is greater than or equal to -2, and then be careful with your two negatives here, plus 1/2 x. And now I want you to graph that line. I'm going to circle this -2 in red because of the fact that when we divided by a negative,
what if y is less than or equal to -4 minus 2x? Are we graphing the same way?
I'm not quite sure I understand the question. Divide by a negative.
When we solve the first problem, it's y is greater than or equal to -4 minus 2x. But if the sign was
Okay, so we have this equation. We're going to start, and I'm going to make this one, let's make it turquoise. Turquoise. What value do I start on the y-axis? -2. So I'm going to put my turquoise point there. And my slope is up 1, and then what direction do I go? To the right 2. There we go. Up 1 to the right 2. Up 1 to the right 2. And then I'm going to go down 1, left 2. Down 1, left 2. And again, is this line solid or dotted? Solid, that's right. Solid because it is greater than or equal to, right? Greater than or equal to. So I'm going to make, or is it less than? Sorry, less than or equal to. So I'm going to make my line, my turquoise line here. Okay, something's wrong. What's wrong? One of these points is off. Oh, I have an extra point in there, don't I? Okay. So let's see. All right, let's stop here. It's out of play. So this is my original point, right? This is up 1 over 2, up 1. This one's wrong, right? It's up 1 over 2. That's right there. So these are bad points. Down 1 over 2. All right, now it should work. So now we start there. Right there, see, even didn't take here. All right, let's try that again. Come on. All right, close enough. There it is. All right, there it is. Look good?
So you're not trying to find a solution?
We are. Now we're going to find the solution. But remember, we have two different lines, two different solutions. And we want to know, where do those solutions intersect? So remember about shading. We have to shade. So I want to, I'm going to get up a highlighter here. Here's my turquoise shading. Look at my line, and I want to be, it says y is greater than or equal to this line. So from these points, where do I shade? In what direction from this line? If it's greater than or equal to the line? Above. So I'm going to put some, this highlighting's not showing. Let's try this. I'm just going to put some lines up here showing that I want to shade this entire area above my line, okay? But I also have another line. I have this purple line, which is also greater than, so it's going to be above. So that's going to be purple, and it's going to be up here. So what I'm trying to figure out is, where do those two sets of lines that I made, where does that intersect? At what portion does it intersect? Well, you can see, where is it purple and blue together? Right in the middle. So let me see if I can find a highlighter that will work on this black. Nope. So what I'm coloring right now is the area that is shared by both. Where do those things intersect? And it's right here, above both of the lines. So I'm going to color all that in white. So the next one that we do, we're going to make it a little bit neater so that we don't have all these extra lines around. But basically, you're looking for that area where the shading is in common. So we'll see how it looks in the next video.